What's going on, guys? How y'all doing, man? Hope you're enjoying this Tuesday morning. I wanted to make a video last night, but to be honest with you, I was exhausted after an absolute instant classic of an NBA game. Now, I'll preface by saying this, guys. I've always enjoyed the NBA. It's definitely never been my favorite for a lot of different reasons. I do love the game of basketball. I just think the NBA has a lot of its flaws, right? And especially now with like the way that the league the media covers the NBA, and then also with the amount of control I feel like the refs have. And to their credit, they've been better. I know a lot of people are gonna lose their minds when I say that, but they have been because at least they've been more consistent, right? And the fact that like Lakers fans this morning are crying about the refs, that's like I can't even think of a good analogy that would not get me like kicked off this channel probably or kicked off of YouTube. But that's an absolute joke. Like, relax, people. There was so many calls still yesterday that the Lakers got that the Nuggets didn't. But it was definitely more even. So credit to them. But anyways, what an unbelievable instant classic. And like I was saying, I've never been the biggest NBA fan. I do love it, especially when the Nuggets play good. But I don't think that there's anything in sports equivalent to a game-winning buzzer beater. And that shot by Jamal Murray yesterday was just out of this world. I have watched it a million times. So shout out to the Nuggets, man. What a team. I'm usually really optimistic, especially when they're down a little bit, just based off the way they're playing. But yesterday seemed different. The energy was weird, and Mike Malone talked about it. They just seemed down. Seemed like the Lakers were on them. It just didn't seem like our night. So many balls were going in and out. It was just weird. So I didn't really have the optimism. But man, when they started to crawl back, they started to lock down that fourth quarter defense. They just stuck with it. It's impressive. And one thing I love so much about this team is that they have a camaraderie like you won't see anywhere else. These guys genuinely love each other. They're always believe it. They never really felt like they were out. And once they started getting momentum towards the end of that third, they cut the lead down close to 10. And then, you got the crowd into it, man. You felt like something was going to turn on. Amazing job. And a lot of things that went under the radar. I mean, I know Jamal is going to take over the headlights after playing awful all game. He just does what he does in the playoffs. And obviously, we don't have to talk about Jokic, man. Jokic is already at this point of his career, a top three, top two center, top five all-time player. Never seen anything like him, probably never will, because there's nothing that he can't do. So he was amazing. But that shot that MPJ hit was so unbelievably clutch. His 22 points were quiet, man, because he kept the team in it, and he was really cooking. Um, and that shot that he had at the end was huge. But you really started to see yesterday the chess and checkers matchups, right? With Mike Malone and Darvin Ham, the changes that he made, the switch ups on defense. There was a couple times where it was Gordon that was actually taking the ball up, and that seemed to really be successful. It kind of spread out LeBron and AD a little bit more. I didn't allow for them to switch as easily, and they were able to get easy buckets at that point as well. So it was really cool to see just those minor changes. And then shout out, man, to Christian Brown and Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson's always been one of my favorite players on this team. But those are some young dudes coming in, guarding LeBron, guarding AD, bringing some juice. And Christian Brown yesterday, 10 points in like 12 minutes, something like that. He was off the chain. Peyton Watson had amazing defensive plays, a huge block that turned into a transition layup for him. Those guys brought the energy, man, and they made the non-Jokic minutes really, really imperative. And they kept, not only did they keep us in it, we actually, we're in like, I think we were +6 with him off the floor, +8, which was obviously huge, but an all-time instant classic. One of those games where like, if the Lakers stole it from us, you're thinking, man, it's going to be a grind out series. Maybe they found something, but the way that we came back and won wasn't so much, that's just what the Nuggets do. But you got to think that's gonna really put a nail in the coffin for the Lakers. Now they're a professional NBA franchise. I think Game 3 is going to be one of those games where they come out firing because they're going to be just absolutely pissed, and we might come out a little bit flat because of how much of an emotional win that was. But we'll have to see. But ultimately, I think my prediction will stand true. Thankfully, in Nuggets in 5 maximum, maybe even Nuggets in 4. But you got to take it one game at a time. But yeah, unbelievable game, unbelievable game. I'd love to see what you guys thought. I think it was an instant classic. Something that there was a shot. One of the photographers, man, he should he should get a raise for that shot that he had. But I mean, just capturing that moment of Jamal Murray fading back, and then you have AD hand in his face, and every like you look at the crowd and everybody's just you know looking at the camera or hand above their head. It was, you have Nuggets and Lakers fans there. It was epic, man. It really captured that moment. I think it was amazing. But shout out to the Nuggets, man. It's a really unbelievable time to be a Nuggets fan after so many years of just the same crap and BS. We really found something, and I love this team. And I think if you're an NBA fan, but your team's not in the playoffs, or you're just a casual NBA fan, where you don't have a team but you just like to watch, how can you not choose the Nuggets as the team that you love? I mean, you look at they built it the right way. They didn't do any of the other super teams during the super team era. They drafted their guys, they developed their guys, they paid their guys. Yeah, they brought in other pieces, but other pieces that fit. They're so unselfish. Um, they're really a fun team to watch. So shout out to them. Hopefully the Avalanche today will have maybe a little preview video or just a react video. I don't know if there's any news about um, is going to be Prosvetov. But I was happy to see that they elevated him from the Eagles. I think he showed some decent flashes. Obviously, anything at this point is going to be better than Georgiev. Ideally, it would have been Onanen, which is crazy that we're here. That's such a huge problem. But I'm excited to see what we do if they do any kind of change to the starting goaltender, and hopefully we can steal one, man. Hopefully we can steal one. The 7-6 was it's a tough loss, but there's a lot of optimism in the loss. But it's also frustrating because like you score 6, you still lose, so you can look at it in two different ways. So hopefully they'll be able to steal one and then basically regain home ice. But home ice in the NHL is not nearly as home court in the NBA or home field advantage in the NFL. It's just not. The data kind of shows it. So we'll see. Anyways, hope y'all enjoy your day. Make it great. Mile high salute to y'all. Go Nuggets, go Avs, and of course, peace